Kanha Valley, a place of breathtaking beauty, lush green, a canvas of nature's artistry. But beneath the surface, a haunting legend. Whispering shadows, they called them. Lost souls, forever trapped. They roamed the forest at dusk, their whispers echoing through the trees, luring unsuspecting souls to their doom. The villagers spoke of the shadows in hushed tones, a chilling reminder of the forest's dark side, a story told to keep children close, to respect the unknown. For generations, the legend endured, a chilling whisper in the heart of paradise. Sanya, a girl of the city, arrived at her grandmother's doorstep, a world away from her bustling life. The village, nestled in the valley, was a stark contrast. The air was different here, heavy with the scent of earth and secrets. Sanya loved her grandmother's stories, tales of the village, its people, its past. Her grandmother, a keeper of stories, would weave magic with her words. Sanya was captivated, drawn to the mystical aura of the valley. She had heard whispers of the whispering shadows. Just a legend, she thought, a figment of imagination. But her grandmother's warnings were grave. "Never go into the forest after dark, Sanya," she'd say, her voice laced with fear. "The shadows, they'll be waiting." Sanya dismissed her fears. A city girl, she scoffed at superstitions. Yet, a seed of doubt lingered in her mind. The forest, so alluring in the day, held an eerie silence at night, a silence that seemed to hum with unspoken words. Days turned into nights, and Sanya found herself drawn to the forbidden. The forest, a symphony of sounds during the day, held a different charm at dusk. The chirping of birds replaced by the rustling of leaves, the warm sunlight by an eerie grey light. One evening, Sanya decided to venture out, just to the edge of the forest, she told herself. She could feel her grandmother's worried gaze on her back, but she brushed it off. She was a woman of science, not superstition. The air grew cooler as she entered the woods, the light dimmer. Sanya felt a shiver run down her spine. It was just the wind, she thought. But the forest felt different now, alive, watching. She walked deeper, the whispers growing louder. They seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere at once, murmuring her name. Fear clawed at her throat. She wasn't alone. The forest had closed in around her. The trees, once majestic, now seemed to reach for her with skeletal branches. The whispers were clearer now. They spoke of her fears, her deepest secrets. They knew her name. Sanya wanted to run, but her feet felt rooted to the spot. She was trapped. Panic welled up inside her. The shadows were real, and they were calling her. Then she saw it. A figure emerging from the darkness. A woman in white, her face shrouded in shadow. Her voice, a chilling whisper, sent shivers down Sanya's spine. "Sanya!" it called. "Come join us!" Sanya stumbled back, her heart pounding in her chest. This was no story. This was real. The whispering shadows were real. Her grandmother's words echoed in her ears. "The charm, Sanya. It'll protect you." Sanya fumbled in her pocket, her fingers closing around a small, smooth stone. Her grandmother's charm. Clutching it tightly, she closed her eyes and whispered a silent prayer. The whispers seemed to fade. When she opened her eyes, the figure was gone. The forest was silent. Sanya didn't waste any time. She ran, her lungs burning, her legs screaming. She didn't stop until she reached her grandmother's doorstep. Safe. She was safe. Sanya collapsed into her grandmother's arms, tears streaming down her face. Her grandmother didn't speak, but her eyes held understanding. The village, once a place of fascination, now held a different meaning. Sanya left the village the next day, her city life beckoning. She was changed. The whispers, though fainter, remained. A constant reminder of the night she came face to face with the whispering shadows of Kanha Valley. Back in the city, surrounded by familiar sights and sounds, Sanya couldn't shake off the feeling that she was being watched. The whispers followed her, in the dead of night, in the quiet moments of solitude. A chilling reminder of the secret she carried within her. The whispering shadows had claimed a part of her that night. A part that would forever be tied to the mystical and terrifying legend of Kanha Valley.